This is High Power 102.7 FM.
It's a really good ball. It's Shabalala. Goal! Bafana! Bafana! Goal for South Africa! Goal for all Africa! Here's Hawk. Dini! Do not scratch your eyes. You are really seeing the most extraordinary finish here.
Gorge looking for the overlap. Alba inside. It's Messi!
Yes, a beautiful Monday morning to you listeners out there. And of course, the program you're onto is Sports Diaries. This is coming to you from no other station but I Power 102.7 FM. This is your delectable sports program, of course, and I am your favorite sports diva. And this morning, I will be taking you on an eventful ride through the world of sports, beginning from the latest sports update, expert analysis, and exciting highlights in the sporting arena. So stay tuned and let's get this sports party started. Beginning from the President Federation Cup, where we've got this interesting one coming from the match between Sunshine Stars and Barrow FC that happened over the weekend. Yes, and we've got this coming from Barrow FC defender RG Kalu, as he has labeled the Sunshine Stars on the 19 team atop side following the President Federation Cup clash of 16. Malia boys defeated the Sunshine Stars on the 19 team 2-1 in a keenly contested encounter in Abuja over the weekend. RG insisted that his team gave their best in the game. RG further told newsmen, he said, and I quote, Sunshine Stars under 19 are a very strong side, no doubt. In football, there is no senior or junior. You just have to give it your all, and that helped us secure the win. OG also expressed his team focus on their next fixture in the competition. Yes, quickly moving away from that and moving to the NWFL playoffs, where we've got this on Robo Queens versus Rivers Angels, and this is coming from Robo Queens head coach Emmanuel Oshaho, as he has defended his team's defeat to Rivers Angels in the opening fixtures at the Nigerian Women Football League and WFL Super 6 playoff tournament. Oshaho said that his players are making their debut in the competition compared to their opponent. The Lagos-based side suffered a 3-2 defeat to Rivers Angels in Port Harcourt over the weekend. The veteran tactician believed that the experience is good for his players' development. He also said, and I quote, I am not too disturbed with the outcome of the game because my girls are very young and they are featuring in the competition for the first time. Majority of my girls are playing the tournament for the first time, unlike Rivers Angels, who are playing often in the competition. Yes, moving away from those comments coming from Robo Queens head coach Emmanuel Oshaho, where we've got these on the friendly between Super Falcons, our very own Super Falcons, and Senegal. As this is coming from Everton midfielder Tony Payne, as she is full of excitement after opening a goal account for the Super Falcons. Payne scored Nigeria's second goal on Friday's night 2-1 2-1 friendly win. 2-1 friendly win over Senegal at the Ramos Star Sports Complex in Ikene. Ashisha Oshuala gave Nigeria the lead from the spot in the 32nd minute. Paying double Justin Madugu's side lead with a fine finish just before the break. The 31-year-old was also pleased to finally get off the mark for the African champions. Paying told newsmen, she said, I am super happy to score for the Falcons after almost 5 years. So just really good to do it here in Nigeria. Payne, who represented the United States of America at youth level before later switching international leaders, has made 46 appearances for Nigeria. Yes, sir. And moving on to this one that is trending. Moving on to the La Liga, where we've got this on Florentino Perez. As Florentino Perez has defeated Eric Riquelme in Real Madrid presidential election conducted yesterday. The victory means Perez will be re-elected to continue his role with the La Liga giant. According to recent reports, he won after around 70% of socios voted for him. Perez's victory will now see the official announcement of Jose Mourinho, Ibrahim Konate, and Denzel Dumfries. Mourinho, who has left Benfica, is likely to be represented at Santiago Bernabeu in the next few days. In the past days, Perez also claimed he will submit a 150 million euros offer for the Galactico-like player. Yes, quickly moving away from that. But we've got the sacking of another manager as Feyenoord have decided to sack Robin van Persie as their manager. That means the Dutch club will begin the 2026-2027 season under a new head coach. A test statement released on its X handle on Sunday reads, and I quote, Feyenoord will start the 2026-2027 season with a new head coach. The club would like to thank Robin van Persie for everything he gave during this time as the head coach. Van Persie returned to his boyhood club as head coach in February 2025. He leaves despite leading Feyenoord to a second place finish at the Eredivisie and qualifying for the next season UEFA Champions League. Explaining the decision, Feyenoord newly appointed technical director David Rigox said, my God, we conducted a thorough internal analysis. In this, we took into account, among other things, the development of the style of play and the declining trend in terms of point total, both in Europe and in Eredivisie. The conclusion was that it is better to start the next season with a new head coach. Hence the sacking of Robin van Persie as their manager. Yes, quickly moving away from Feyenoord and moving to Turkey, where we've got this coming from Victor Osimhen's teammate Icardi, as football commentator at Sener has revealed that Victor Osimhen's teammate at Galatasaray, Mauro Icardi, will part ways with the Turkish Super League champions this summer. Sener stated this while discussing Galatasaray's transfer agenda on his YouTube channel. He said, from my conversation with Galatasaray's management today, I understand that they are parting ways with Icardi. Icardi has some resentment towards the coach, or rather, he has a certain attitude towards the coach. Icardi is displaying a somewhat disruptive attitude within the team. Icardi's dispatcher is best for Galatasaray. You should give him his flowers and thank him. Icardi was dropped as Galatasaray's first choice striker after Osimhen arrived at the club from Napoli. Yes, moving on to this one, this very devastating one, of course, and we've got this one coming from Christian Eriksen, as Christian Eriksen collapsed for the second time during a football match yesterday during Denmark friendly against Ukraine in Indonesia. The Danish Football Association wrote on the latest update on Christian Erik. They said, Christian Erik is conscious and doing well under the circumstances. The incident came 5 years after Erik Eriksen, 34, suffered. He suffered a cardiac arrest during the European Championship match against Finland. The association statement quoted the national team doctor Martin Bosson as saying Eriksen walked off the pitch by himself and that his pacemaker responded approximately. Christian is doing well and he walked off the pitch himself. As I see it, the pacemaker responded as it should. He was briefly unconscious but regained consciousness very quickly and we were quickly to contact him. He will now undergo further examination at the hospital to determine what caused the incident and we are in ongoing contact with him and the doctors at the hospital. Yes, those who are latest update about Denmark, Christian Eriksen regarding his collapse during the Ukraine friendly. Yes, and quickly moving straight to the EPL, of course, and talking one or two transfers. But we've got this one coming from Manchester United, and this is on former Manchester United forward Giuseppe Rossi, as he has urged his old club to sign Poland captain Robert Lewandowski. Rossi believes the 37-year-old will be an incredible asset for Manchester United, especially for the younger players. Manchester United should target Robert Lewandowski this summer to benefit Benjamin Sesko. Lewandowski contract with Barcelona will expire at the end of the month, and the veteran attacker will leave the La Liga champions. Speaking about Lewandowski, Rossi said, as quoted by the Standard, and I quote, Robert Lewandowski to Manchester United. Yes, why not? Of course, Lewandowski will be incredible. He will be an incredible asset for the young players, and he will be providing his experience and his big game knowledge. Yes, those were comments coming from former Manchester United forward Giuseppe Rossi. Yes, and still talking transfer, of course, but we've got this on Nigerian midfielder Onuche Ogbelu, as he has joined Libyan giant Al Ittihad SC on permanent transfer. Ogbelu, who left Tunisian powerhouse Esperance following the expiration of his contract, put a pen on paper on a 3-year contract with Al Ittihad. The 23-year-old linked with Esperance from the Nigerian Premier Football League and PFL side Nasarawa United in 2023. He scored twice in 54 league appearances for the Blood and Gold. Ogbelu represented Nigeria at the 2023 African Under-20 Cup of Nations in Egypt, with Flying Eagles finishing in 3rd position. The defensive midfielder was among the 4 players selected to train with Super Eagles after the tournament. Yes, moving on, and still talking transfer, of course, we've got this on Arsenal and PSG youngster Emmanuel Mbemba. As Arsenal have made an offer to sign PSG youngster Emmanuel Mbemba on a free transfer. Mbemba recently captained the under-19 side of PSG in the Coupe Gabriel final victory over Montpellier last month. The defendant have been offered a deal to stay with Parisians, but he's angling for the move in the summer instead. The 18-year-old can also play centre-back and left-back positions. Arsenal are also keen to bolster their manager Mikel Arteta's squad this summer transfer window. However, it is yet to be seen if Mbemba will end up joining the Premier League champions. They're still talking transfer. Moving away from Mbemba, but we've got this on Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford, as Marcus Rashford has come out to say he does not want to move to Arsenal this summer transfer window. Spanish outlet reports that Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur and Newcastle have expressed an interest in the England international. However, Rashford has his heart set on the move to Barcelona. Rashford spent last season on loan at Barcelona from Manchester United. He helped the Blaugrana win the La Liga title ahead of the rivals Real Madrid. Barcelona has already decided to sign the 28-year-old permanently from the Red Devils, but the Catalan club is yet to strike a deal with Manchester United for Rashford's signature. Yeah, still talking transfer, of course. But we've got this coming from our very own Paul Onuachu. As this is coming from Trabzonspor. So, as Trabzonspor have rejected an offer in the region of 11 million euros for the Telsmatic striker Paul Onuachu. The offer was submitted by Saudi Arabian club. According to Turkish news outlet Takagez Gazette, it is expected that the club will return with an improved option for the Nigerian international. Saudi club Al Ali had an offer reportedly rejected for Onuachu by Trabzonspor during the January transfer window. Onuachu was a joint top scorer in the Turkish Super League in the 2025-26 season. The 32-year-old Trabzonspor claimed the Turkish club, scoring twice in the final against Konyaspor. Yes, quickly moving on. Still talking transfer, of course, as this is coming from Arsenal. As Arsenal have been identified as the only realistic option for Atletico Madrid striker Julian Alvarez this summer. There is some reports that Argentina international, however, is not considering a move to the Premier League North London clubs. Alvarez has also been linked with both Arsenal and Barcelona in the transfer window. Barcelona's opening bid of 86.4 million euros was rejected by Atletico Madrid, with the situation at a standstill between both La Liga clubs. Diego Simeone's side are said to be confident that Alvarez will stay in the Spanish capital beyond. Alvarez joined Atletico Madrid from Manchester City for 81.5 million euros 2 years ago. It is yet to be seen if the 26-year-old will end up leaving Atletico this summer for a new club. Yes, moving away from that, well, we've got this on Super Eagle defender Igor Ogbu. As Igor Ogbu will undergo a scan in Lisbon, Portugal today to determine the extent of his injury he suffered in training on Saturday. Ogbu was ruled out of Nigeria's upcoming friendly against Poland after suffering a suspected rupture of his left Achilles tendon during training on Saturday, with 22 players in training in the camp on Sunday evening ahead of the game. The team's media officer, Promised Foggy, noted that the player was still in camp and would be further assessed today. The statement by Foggy reads, and I quote, "Injured Igor Ogbu is still in the Super Eagles camp. Disregard reports that he has gone back to Prague. He will undergo a scan here in Lisbon today." Yes, moving away from that, moving away from Igor Ogbu, well, we've got this very exciting one coming from Nigerian striker Rafiu Durosimi, and this is good news, of course, as the Nigerian striker Rafiu Durosimi has tied the knot with his Belgian-Nigerian bride, Praise Uwanegbo, over the weekend after excusing himself for the Super Eagles camp. Durosimi left the team in Warsaw after featuring the 2-2 draw against Poland last Wednesday. The forward was initially invited only for the Unity Cup matches in London, but he travelled with his team to Warsaw after coach Eric Shell's squad was hit by withdrawals of key players, including Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman. He played 45 minutes against Poland for his third appearance for Nigeria. Yes, with the team at High Power, the team of Sports Diaries at High Power 102.7 FM, want to wish Rafiu Durosimi congratulations on his wedding. Congratulations on his wedding with his Belgian-Nigerian bride, Praise Uwanegbo. But his home is blessed. Yes, moving away from that, moving away from Durosimi, where we've got this coming from Galatasaray and Napoli. And of course, when you know that he comes from Galatasaray and Napoli, it is Victor Osimhen, as Galatasaray have drawn a line under the financial obligations to Napoli after completing payment of the full 75 million euros transfer fee for Super Eagles captain Victor Osimhen, setting the final installment of 17.5 million euros and bringing a protracted payment plan to its conclusion. The deal, which was structured around multiple installments when it agreed in July 2025, saw Galatasaray pay an initial 40 million euros upfront before the remainder was divided into two further tranches of 17.5 million euros each, with the final pay due by the end of 2026. According to recent reports, the completion of the last installment ahead of the schedule puts Turkish clubs in a stronger negotiation position heading into the summer transfer window, having cleared all liabilities linked to the signing. Osimhen's move to Galatasaray was the most expensive incoming transfer in Turkish football history, drafting Fenerbahce's 20 million euro signing of Youssef En-Nesyri from Sevilla. Yes, quickly moving away from that, still talking signings here and there, but we've got this on teenage Nigerian winger Zadok Yohana, as he has completed a record-breaking move to Brighton of Albion for Swedish club football, becoming the most expensive player ever transferred out of the Swedish league in the process. The 18-year-old has also signed a 5-year contract with the Premier League club until June 2031, with the fee believed to be an initial 28 million euros plus 2 million euros in add-ons. The transfer will be officially completed when the window opens on the 15th of June, and is also subject to regulatory approvals. Yohana's arrival makes him Brighton's head coach Fabian Uzela's first signing of the summer and surpasses the previous Swedish league transfer record set by Lucas Bergvall. Move to Djurgården to Tottenham, from Djurgården to Tottenham Hotspur in 2024 for 20 million euros. Yes, moving away from transfer, but we've got this coming from Harry Kane. As Harry Kane 79th international goal edged England to a 1-0 victory over New Zealand as the Three-Lion World Cup preparation go off to an underwhelming start in Florida. Kane flicked in Jet Spence cross in the first half stoppage time as England labored to victory against the side 81 places below them in the world ranking. New Zealand were trashed 4-0 by 80 on Wednesday, but Thomas Tuchel's men found clear-cut chances far ahead to come by in the first experience of the brutal condition stateside. Tuchel named two entirely different sides for each half, and there was a little to read into the team selection ahead of the England opening game for the World Cup against Croatia on the 10th of June. Yes, and now quickly moving away from soccer and moving straight to track and field events, where we've got this one coming from our very own Nigerian world record holder Toby Amusa. Toby Amusa has continued our impressive 2026 season by winning gold and setting a new meet record in the women's 100-meter hurdles at the new Taipei's Athletic Open in Taiwan on Saturday. Amusa crossed the line in 12.72 seconds, despite running against slight headwind of -0.3 meters per second, finishing well clear of Chinese Taipei Boya Zhang, who took silver in 13.17 seconds. The performance erased the previous meet record and underlined the 29-year-old consistency as one of the dominant forces in women hurdling in the international circuit. The new Taipei victory has to a string of strong outings this season for the Nigerian. Earlier in the campaign, Amusa claimed the first Diamond League win of the season in Rabat, Morocco, clocking 12.28 seconds to break her own meeting record of 12.45 seconds. 12.45 seconds set in 2025. Yes, quickly moving away from the track and field event and moving straight to boxing. Where we've got this coming from Albanian heavyweight Cristiano Prenga as he has issued a bold warning to British Nigerian Anthony Joshua, promising to deliver something the former world champion has never felt on the ring when the pair meet in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia on the 25th of July. Speaking at the first press conference ahead of the bout, the 20-1-20 knockout Prenga, who is based in New Jersey, made it clear his intentions to cause an upset despite being widely regarded as an underdog. He said, I trained hard and I'm ready. I promise you, if I catch you, that is Anthony Joshua, you never felt anything like my punch. I promise it. You're a great fighter, but in the ring, I do have respect for nobody. Yes, those were comments coming from Prenga, the Albanian heavyweight. Yes, and with that, we've come to wrap on today's edition of Sports Diaries. Many thanks to those who made today's program possible. Many thanks to those who are here with me in the studios this morning. Until next time, I remain your favorite sports diva. Keep loving the game and stay sporting. God bless you and have a wonderful day.
Pride of the people.
No, 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 no. Oh, yeah. I'm in chains, you're in chains too. Our uniforms and you are uniforms too.